going to put anything out there that has not been confirmed. So be very careful. If you are going through social media, you want to make sure that the only things that you're putting out there are things that are actually true.
And we have got some new video that's coming in right now we want to take a look at. This is from the campus right after the situation happened. You see the police officers running frantically inside to one of the buildings there, running toward the danger as everyone is running away from the danger. And you see some of that glass that was shot out. That looks like it was right there at Money Hall or Kennedy Hall there on the campus. Again, that shooting happened inside Kennedy Hall sometime before 6 o'clock. And again, 2 people dead, 4 others hurt. And we're working to get some more information on the conditions of those other 4 people that have hurt in the situations that has happened. And we're also working to get the confirmation on the identity of that suspect, or that the person of interest, I should say, that was taken into custody.
Let's go live now to David Zentendry, who's been standing by for quite some time on campus as part of our team coverage. David, what's the latest that you're hearing there?
That was taken into custody.
What's good,
Brian? Yeah, we have yet to experience one of those law enforcement sweeps of the Burson building here on campus. It's just right around the corner from the Kennedy building where that active shooter situation happened. So we don't know how long we'll be in here for. I'm with a few dozen students and staff members. They've been locked down for quite some time, ever since they just saw students running. Many of them took cover inside these doors, and they've been here ever since. One faculty member was telling me this is really the first ever lockdown to this extent that he's experienced here at UNC Charlotte. I have to tell you guys, pulling up to this campus, under an hour ago, I noticed a line of cars over near the Commons area by the student, I guess you'd call it, student Commons area. And it appeared to be a number of parents, family members who were just piled waiting for their loved one. Distraught, sad, nervous looks on their faces. Obviously, you can't imagine what goes through a parent's mind when they hear that a shooting has happened on
I've been
campus.
Busy. I haven't been really having too much time.
Earlier, unfortunately, we have learned that 2 people have passed away from those injuries, multiple others injured. So right now, it's the waiting game, unfortunately, for a lot of people inside this Burson building as they're waiting for law enforcement to sweep, make sure everything's secure, and then we'll see what happens after that. Diana, Brian?
David, stay right there. And I want to give you some more information that we've got that just came into us right now. We're putting up a tweet that was put out by CMPD. They say the scene is secure, 1 in custody. No reason to believe anyone else involved. CMPD and UNCC, they're going room by room on campus to identify any students, faculty, or others who may be sheltering in place. And this could take some time going from room to room to room. But also, David, this confirms that there's only 1 person, one active shooter that was taken into custody. Some people were talking about some of the hearsay out there. There was 2 situations, shooters that they were looking for. But that is being confirmed by CMPD, David, again, that there's only 1 person in custody right now. David?
Obviously some good news, Brian, that we have someone in custody, which we've known for a while, but it's good to know that the area has been secured. Again, to just reiterate, we have not had a sweep yet of this building. We don't know how long it will take for that to happen. I will say about 15 minutes ago, I saw some law enforcement officers going into the building behind me. They are moving rather quickly through some back doors. So I could only imagine that that building is either being swept right now or has been just in the past few minutes. So we're playing the waiting game right now. A lot of stories coming from students who have been on campus. They heard a lot, just the commotion of people running. And again, this was the last day of classes for many. One student was just telling me that he had one of his final exams scheduled today. It didn't happen. But of course, this is much bigger than any exam could be. Brian, Diana?
Yes, it is. David, we see some of the people that they're behind you. They've been on their phone the whole time. I just know that it's probably been a very harrowing time for them, that they really want to go ahead and get contact with their loved ones. All right, David, we're going to check back with you in just a second. We're taking some live pictures right now. This is of some of the ambulances and the personnel that are on the scene that we're looking at. And again, 1 person in custody. No one else is believed to be involved. We do have video from earlier that we showed you of a person of interest that was taken into custody, and we still don't have confirmation of their identity at this point.
Let's go to Will Kunkel again back in the newsroom. Will, you have some new information for us?
What's good, Cash?
A couple of these tweets. This is from a student, Nassim Fekrat. Frankly, just viewer beware. Some of these pictures might be disturbing to you. We'll try to go in chronological order, assuming I can do this properly. But he tweets, very chaotic scene. Everyone terrified. Classrooms are locked. The students are inside. That at 6:05 p.m. And then 2 minutes later, he tweets,
bro.
I am with you, wounded student. From his accent, I can tell he is an Arab background. That's at 6:07, 2 minutes after his first tweet. And then the next minute, can't believe this happens in a very quiet campus. That at 6:08. And then I believe if we go up to 6:13, the wounded student is from Saudi Arabia. This again from Nassim Fekrat, a student. He was with the wounded student on campus. That tweet coming in at 6:13. Let's go over here. We're at 6:22. He says the shooter was detained immediately. He ran out of bullets, emptied one magazine, and that was it. So that is information I have not heard yet.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if we have heard it yet. The shooter was detained immediately. He ran out of bullets, emptied one magazine, and that was it. Hashtag UN.
Yeah, this was at UNC on their campus. They saying it was supposed to be a Waka Flocka concert or some shit.
CC, that was at 6:22. Going through these again in chronological order, the best of my ability. At 6:29,
hey,
about
reading
7
is
minutes
essential.
later, Fekrat tweets, I had seen this kind of incident when I was 10 years old. Seems really normal, but not to these students. Nassim Fekrat, not entirely sure where he's from, but it seems that he's not from America.
Fuck?
That tweet at 6:29. This is actually before that at 6:11. This is the shirt of the wounded student. Nassim Fekrat says if we could bring this up so we can show you this picture of the tweet from Nassim Fekrat. This is the shirt of the wounded student. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get you that. As we keep going here at 6:32, I have a video of the wounded kid who fell off on the ground, but my phone is about to die. We are surrounded by police. Us to move out. I need the charger. So getting very detailed with some of these tweets here. Again, this is the shirt.
This nigga was narrating the whole shooting.
If you are not looking,
This
this
Nassim
is the shirt of the
Fekrat.
wounded student, according to Nassim Fekrat, who was in the building, not only where the shooting occurred, but with the students
Allegedly.
as well. He says, I promise the shooter didn't say Allahu Akbar, neither said I hate anyone. It was a random incident. This, according to Nassim Fekrat, obviously the authorities and the... Then
this nigga, Nassim Fekrat, the one they getting all these tweets from or wherever it's coming from. I don't know if it's Twitter or Instagram. I don't know. It's probably Twitter, yeah. But I guess, I don't know where he from. He probably from the Middle East somewhere. Yeah, this happened like probably a little over an hour ago. And he was like, I'm used to this. He said the other people probably not used to this, but I'm used to this, blah, blah, blah. He basically talking like this ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to wake up to this shit in my country. You know, when you Americans be bombing our ass and shit.
Police are going to go over that if this was indeed terrorism, if it was.
He said, I promise the shooter didn't say Allahu Akbar.
Was not. If
Neither said I hate anyone. It was a random incident. This dude is never mind. I don't even know how the fucking shooter looked, but I don't know. This guy. He covering all the facts from the get-go. He not only did he cover the whole motherfucking thing tweet by tweet, he this nigga let everybody know that the shooter didn't say Allahu Akbar, neither said I hate anyone. It was a random accident. I don't know. I would have had more important shit to do than tweeting. I don't know. Funny thing is, shooting at schools or other public places ramp up around election time. So these Muslims, we just had an attack here at MOA where 5-year-old was pushed off the earth for a mauler. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that shit for real. I'm like, dog, that shit, wow.
Was random. So
what's good, wife, dog? Got it all day. 313. What's going on? This happened like a little over an hour ago. They started this stream like maybe like 70 minutes ago, so probably happened like an hour and 20 minutes ago, around 5 p.m. Eastern, I guess. I was reading an article. They said it happened around 5 p.m.
I promise the shooter didn't say Allahu Akbar.
First lady, what's good? Angel, what's going on,
It was a
Angel?
random incident. Don't take his word
Good
for
to
it.
see
We have no
y'all,
idea.
y'all.
We don't have any of that confirmed at this point, but we will get that incident and that information confirmed for you. And finally, here at 7:27, I was surprised that the kid who was shot was so calm. He kept saying, "It happens, it happens." I spoke a little Arabic and gave him water. He called me brother. He was all right. Quite an intense tweet. I'll read it to you one more time. I was surprised that the kid who was shot was so calm. He kept saying, "It happens, it happens." I spoke a little Arabic and gave him a water. He called me brother. He was all right. So those are the tweets from Nassim Fekrat. He is seemingly in the building where that happened, where one of the people were shot. We do not know if it was a student indeed, but I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Will Kunkel, thank you so much. Those are very intense tweets indeed. Let's go live to Lindsay Klein, who is on campus right now. Lindsay.
Yeah,
Let me go back because they showed the actual shooter like getting dragged off. The alleged shooter, allegedly. Let me try to find that little clip there. I don't know how long ago that was. They were showing him getting dragged off in the handcuffs and shit. I don't think it's that far.
Running toward the danger as everyone is running away from the danger. And you can see some of that glass that was shot out. That looks like it was right there at Mooney Hall or Kennedy Hall there on the campus. Again, that shooting happened inside Kennedy Hall.
but so it was pretty, I don't know. I don't think it's really hit me yet. I kind of realized what's going on at some points, but
I'm trying to
like
find
right now
where
we're
they
kind of
showed
locked
the
out the
shooter
buildings,
getting
so we're out here,
dragged off.
and no one else is out here. We just see police cars going by, so no one really knows what's happening.
What the fuck is it?
And as you got here, go back, where you came from. We just had 2 days. It was, and to be able to stay positive through it.
I can't find it.
It's kind of hard because this is such a tragic thing, and like I wish it didn't happen today. It was, it's last day of classes. It was supposed to be happy times for everybody. It was supposed to be a Waka Flocka concert.
They go to Waka Flocka.
But things like this happen, and it just takes away like the light of everything.
And you know what's crazy? The nigga Walker, I guess one of his most known mixtapes is fucking is Salute Me or Shoot Me. And I want to say he just released Salute Me or Shoot Me 5. I think he just released it. I kind of stopped following him like that. But I want to say he released it.
Police
not too
and
long
other
ago.
officials are going through each building trying to find people that have been
Yeah, I
sheltering
can't find
in place
it.
right now to determine
Oh, there you
if
go,
they're
right
safe
there.
and if the
I came
building
back right in
itself
time.
is safe.
And that what you're seeing right now is what Brian just mentioned, is that video of a person of interest. Very important to keep that term, person of interest, being put in handcuffs and let off of campus. That person is in custody. We don't know the identity of that person. We have not yet confirmed the identity of that person. And in situations like this, when there's so much chaos going on, it's really easy for rumors to get started, for hearsay to get spread around on social media. So we want to take a moment, if you can come back to us on camera, to let you know that the Fox 46 app is constantly being updated. If you can come back to us on camera, because we want to show you that if you want the latest information, go ahead and download the Fox 46 News app right now. It is being updated in real time right now with the latest details that we are getting. As soon as we learned that the campus was not on lockdown anymore, that the campus was secure, that went into our app. So if you want to know the latest, you can get push notifications to let you know and alert you as soon as
true
the
that,
shooting
Wax
happened
Dog.
and we
True
got word
that.
of it. We sent that push notification out to you, and you want to rely on good information. Don't rely on hearsay. Make sure you get good information.
All right, let's go back out to Terry Allen, our photojournalist, who is on the scene with some new information, a new interview there, Terry.
No interview, but do have some information for you. Just about a few minutes ago, there were about 5, 6, 7 crime scene investigator units that just pulled into a staging situation, which leads me to believe that they're going to get ready to go into the building and start processing the scene. Also, the Charlotte Fire Department just rolled up with portable lights, about 2 stanchions of portable lights to light up this scene. So this thing is going to go on for a long time this evening. I'm also noticing students that seem to be just being let out of a building, and they're walking out and they're very confused, kind of looking around. They're being pointed into certain directions by police officers, and still a very fluid scene out here behind the Burson building.
Yeah, and Terry, you were just talking about we're bringing all those type of investigators in right now, doing their forensics.
Now y'all heard they said they finna be bringing in some lights because they finna have that motherfucking scene shut down for a minute. Ain't finna be like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't finna be no concert canceled. You know what I'm saying? Go the fuck home. Ain't finna be no motherfucking no get together later on tonight. Go the fuck home. Not saying this ain't got no funny works going on, you know what I'm saying? But basically the story behind this is they saying the shooter, where we just saying, you know what I'm saying, I guess he walked into wherever. I don't know if they was in the building or inside at the waiting on the concert to happen. I don't know where the fuck exactly they was, but they was somewhere. And dude came in. They said he let off one clip and that was it. And he got apprehended. I don't know if random people took him down after he got done shooting the first clip, or I don't know what the case was. But they saying 2 people dead and 4 people was injured. They saying two out of the 4 that's injured is in critical condition, and the other 2 is non-life-threatening injuries.
And it's going to be a wide situation before they try to nail down exactly the timeline of who did what and what happened where. And that's what happens when the investigators come in. They clear the scene, and now the forensics are going to come in here and process the scene and find out exactly what went down inside the Kennedy building earlier this afternoon.
Let's go live to reporter David Sintendry, who's standing by with some new information for us. David, what's going on?
More of the same here at the Burson building. Actually, Diana, we were told from some students a moment ago that a building next to us is being swept right now. So we're just waiting, possibly any minute, that law enforcement officials can come in here and do the same. Someone was mentioning earlier that they're really kind of going all
what
here.
The fuck, dude, laughing so hard for?
Possibly some students a moment ago that a building next to us is being swept right now. So we're just waiting, possibly any minute.
These niggas having fun like a motherfucker.
Officials can come in here and do
nigga,
the
you
same.
could have died
Someone was
today.
mentioning earlier that they're really kind of going all out with these sweeps of the building, having people show their hands, even possibly doing searches, trying to make sure that they look at just every area of these buildings to make sure that everything is okay to move forward with. Again, we know that one person, though, is in custody. We don't believe that there is anyone else who was involved in this shooting, according to our CMPD sources. But again, this is inside one of the buildings here on campus where dozens of people have been waiting for what's going on, nearly 2 hours right now. They heard a lot of commotion on campus. Some of them were right near the building where the shooting happened at. Everyone just kind of flooded to here. Some people were already in this building. Regardless, however they got here, they've been here for several hours just playing the waiting game, while a lot of parents are on the outside waiting for people to come out, and people are just wondering, where do we go from here and how this investigation is going to play out. Diana, Brian?
All right, David Sintendry live for us on campus right now. A lot of kids, a lot of students still on campus. And we just want to repeat, we have these videos in the Fox 46 newsroom that show just the chaotic, immediate aftermath after those shots went off. And you can see just the terror in people's faces. Clearly those windows in the front of the library shot out, glass everywhere. This was a violent.
So I'm guessing the shooting happened at the library.
Violent, terrifying situation.
Yeah, that unfolded right before 6 o'clock. We don't exactly know what happened or what led up to this shooting that erupted. 2 people dead, 4 others injured. We don't know their conditions at this point, but we do know that a person of interest is in custody right now, and we're waiting to hear. Lindsay Klein is at the media staging area, where hopefully CMPD is going to give us an update here very soon on exactly what transpired here earlier this evening.
And CMPD just a short while ago tweeted that the scene is secure, but we do want to remind everyone who's watching that campus is in fact on lockdown. They are just
Right, First Lady. I had Look, they had motherfucking metal detectors at my high school. Come on, man. What's good, Fred? What's going on? Hey, Rio. It's good to see you. But yeah, they had metal detectors at my high school. And they were starting to put them in a lot more high schools.
Just beginning to process the scene. They are continuing their sweeps of the buildings. This investigation is in its preliminary stages, so they're really urging everybody to stay away from campus. This is the tweet right here. It says, "Scene secure, one in custody. No reason to believe anyone else is involved. Going room by room on campus to identify any students, faculty, or others who may be sheltering in place." And as we saw with our photojournalists Terry and Brian, that there were students still being let out of buildings. I mean, imagine the ordeal that they've been through. For 2 hours, they have been sheltering in place.
Yeah, and some of the people that we talked to were sheltering in place inside bathrooms there, waiting to find out exactly what happened. And then one person who had a police officer who they found out later was knocking on the door to try to say to come out. They were unsure who that was, and they didn't know if they were being tricked at that point until they just went on their own instinct and opened up the door, and police led them out. So what happens with these sweeps is they go from room to room to room in each building to find out if it is secure and safe, and then they take the people out, which is what we're seeing, I think, in some of those videos, which were minutes, hours, even hours after the situation happened, that they were being led on campus.
Absolutely. And for the latest information, we urge you to go to our social media platforms. You can go to Fox 46 Charlotte on Twitter, on Facebook, and download the Fox 46 News app, go to the website. That's where you're going to find the latest confirmed information. This is solid stuff. It's not hearsay. And we, of course, are going to stay on this situation.
Yeah, and we've had all the videos and all the information on our website and also our social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So check those for the latest information. We understand that we're going to go on past 8 o'clock to give you the most up-to-date information about what is going on here on the campus of UNC Charlotte from this shooting situation that happened earlier tonight just before 6 o'clock in the Kennedy building on the campus of UNC Charlotte.
We do have Alay, an Indian exchange student who we spoke to earlier. Alay, I understand that you're back with us right now?
Yes.
So tell us what has transpired since the last time we spoke. When we spoke to you, it was really early on in the situation. Where are you now and what has happened?
So I guess the people are still living in the campus, and the buildings are on lockdown and police are sweeping every night. We have been held in the union building for the past hour. But right now, some of the people are allowed to leave, but there are still police and helicopters roaming around. And I just left the building and came to another building. But I can see lots of police are along the main center where it happens. So I guess it's right now it's pretty much safe.
Well, Lane, certainly a terrifying situation for you there, and we're going to keep you on the phone there. We're going to check back with you in just a second.
It is 8 o'clock right now, and if you're just tuning in, we are following some breaking news. An active shooter situation that happened earlier tonight at UNC Charlotte. Right now, campus is still on lockdown. We have confirmed information that shooter is in custody. 2 people have died. At least 4 others are hurt. The campus, again, is on lockdown. No one can get in or out at this point, and we do have a meeting area for families of UNC students. If you are trying to unite with them, CMPD has put out a location.
That is 8600 University City Boulevard for all students and faculty and family members that are trying to reunite. Of course, at this time, they're trying to understand exactly what's going on and trying to get back with their loved ones. The media staging area is over at O'Charlie's, and they're waiting on CMPD to give us an update on what happened. Of course, the shooting erupted inside Kennedy Hall sometime before 6 o'clock. And as Diana was saying, 2 people have been confirmed dead, 4 others are hurt, and we do not know their conditions at this point. We do not know if they were students or whether they were faculty or administrators or visitors on campus at this point.
We want to go straight to reporter and anchor Ann Wyatt Little. She is standing by at the CMPD presser, waiting for them to update us. Ann Wyatt, can you tell us what's going on right now, what you've learned so far? Well, Diana and Brian, we are still waiting for a time on when we can expect to get some official information from CMPD. We've been set up here over an hour. They're trying to get someone who is actually on the ground on campus over here to brief us on exactly what happened, what they've learned, what the process was like, answering, responding to the call, getting onto campus this afternoon, and of course taking that suspect into custody. One thing that CMPD, the spokespeople here where we are, have stressed is that there's some misinformation going on out there right now about there being more than one shooter. They say that is not the case. They believe there's one shooter and that person is in custody. And one other thing to note, I've asked for confirmation about the numbers. Now, a medic told us that there were 2 dead and 4 people who were injured, but CMPD is not confirming for us here right now those numbers. They say this is a very fluid situation, so they're being pretty tight-lipped about that. Not long ago, we heard Lindsay Klein speak with Susan Harden, who's on the county commissioner's board. She is out here right now. She also is a professor at UNC Charlotte. She was heartbroken to hear the news. She had taught her last class earlier today, was in Uptown taking care of some work when she got the news. She said, these students are my family, the faculty here, they're my co-workers. So this really shaking to the core for so many people hearing this news. And again, a lot of people wanting answers and more details and more information about exactly what happened. And we hope that we are going to get that here once someone from CMPD, possibly campus police, along with the university, get here to this scene. As you mentioned, that reunification area for parents and students is in this parking lot where we are, just not very far away from here, maybe a football field's length away from where we're set up right now. So a lot of people just very heartbroken out here, kind of shaking their heads in disbelief that this happened today in Charlotte, North Carolina. Brian and Diana.
And Wyatt, I know that you're standing by waiting for the latest from the police, but this is such a tragic day. This was the last day of class. This was supposed to be a day of celebration. There were students that were going to be graduating, and now this is utterly tragic. So, and Wyatt, have you been able to see any of the parents there or see any of those reunions taking place? I know you said it's a little ways off.
Hey, you're right, Chad.
Most have you been able to witness any of that?
You know what? I personally have not yet witnessed that. I know Robin was over there just not far away from where we are, where those reunifications were, those parents are waiting. Just there's a lot of activity going on, and we really don't know exactly when CMPD is going to arrive. So we've been staying close to this because, of course, we do not want to miss that.
Yeah, man, it's just been shooting after shooting after shooting. I don't know. I just feel like they finna make some big push for gun control here, because you already know New Zealand, they just had their big ban on assault rifles and all that. Assault rifles and high capacity magazines and all that. So I don't know. They definitely cooking up something to get this going, as if they had plenty other shootings to try to push it. But I don't know. Some definitely finna pop off, especially nearing that 2020 election. It's gonna be some shit going on.
That information, that update coming
What's up,
in,
King Ty?
and just off of camera site from where we are,
Okay,
there
Kaz.
are several of
I'll see
the
you.
PIOs, the public information officers for the police department. They've been huddled around. They're trying to get an ETA on when we're going to get that information. But again, as of right now, we just really do not have any, we just don't know when that is going to happen.
And Wyatt Little standing by for us, waiting for the latest from
I think I'm gonna do
police.
a live tonight on that cryptocurrency. I've been digging into that shit. Nipsey Hussle, he was trying to get our people to fucking invest in it. So I kind of just want to give a brief introduction, because I don't think most people know what the fuck cryptocurrency is. I know I really didn't know. I know I heard of it, but I still didn't really know really what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much. We'll be checking back in with you shortly.
All right, we have reporters that fanned out all across the universe.
Hey, Remy, You know, we looking into it. We gonna see. If shit ain't adding up, you already know. You already know what most of them be. But we gonna see. It was good though, Remy.
University area right now. We want to go to David Santendry, who is at Burson Hall, which is a stone's throw from Kennedy Hall, where that shooting happened a couple of hours ago. David?
Brian and Diana, we've been camped out inside of this building for well over an hour with more than several dozen faculty members, students who are really just told that they have to be inside here until law enforcement can complete a sweep of this building. We have yet to see any law enforcement officers come in through these doors and make that happen. It could be any minute, but really, who knows in such a fluid situation like this. We have seen some law enforcement officers going into one of the buildings right across from me and continuing some of their sweeps to just make sure that every area of this campus is secure. Email from someone who's a professor here on campus that basically said, if you are in a building, you are to stay put and just stay in a safe area until those sweeps are complete. So right now we're just playing the waiting game, but just imagine what's going through these faculty members' heads, the students who have been in here for several hours while just a few hundred yards away that active shooter situation happened. And right now I can see what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CMPD officers who are walking along this strip outside the building.
No, this motherfucker, he acting like they on lockdown. Nigga, how the fuck did the news get on lockdown? Was y'all there already? How the fuck is y'all on lockdown? Where the fuck is y'all at? You keep talking about the police have yet to come in here and clear it, blah, blah. Where the fuck is you at that you need to be clear? How the fuck is you anywhere that need to be cleared? You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying though? Where the fuck is you at, nigga? How the fuck was you there? How did they let you on scene to somewhere that you waiting on them to come clear? Like y'all get what I'm saying? I don't know. They ain't sounding right already. Wax dog,
It does not appear like they're coming inside of here. It looks like they're walking back to an area where I saw a number of police cruisers parked. But again, does not look like any of those officers are coming in here for any sort of sweep.
He said like
so,
the shooter.
Again, Diana, Brian, we're just playing the waiting
the shooter,
game
the cameraman and shit.
Inside one of these halls, like I was.
You know how fucking you know how Osama bin Laden and them used to do. They used to have the motherfucker record the video. They behind the camera with a fat ass K and shit with the big ass chopper. Like, nigga, read what's on the paper. Duh. Y'all know how shit that Osama bin Laden shit used to be. They used to say this nigga is a wanted fucking terrorist and shit. Nobody know where he at. This nigga be hiding in fucking tunnels in the ground and shit. But motherfucking the news network will have a whole interview with Osama bin Laden, but y'all don't know where he at. But fucking ABC just went over there and did an interview with the nigga. Y'all crazy.
Saying earlier for people who were joining us, I saw what appeared to be parents
hey, just
a couple blocks away from here, waiting for what you would imagine to be their family members, their students coming to just safely meet with them. A lot of people are told to meet across the street at the Harris Teeter.
Hey, tell them, Remy, this ain't no joke. It was snowing again. We don't know what to expect.
It's again very fluid, but right now we're just with several dozen faculty members and students here inside the Burson building, which is just a few hundred yards away from that shooting happened.
David, people inside that you've talked to, are they understanding the gravity of the situation that happened and unfolded earlier today, or is it still kind of setting in with them?
It's good, Jason.
I don't know if anyone really understands the gravity of what's happened, and I don't want to speak for anyone else, but when a situation like this hits, you kind of just have that adrenaline rush. You go into everyone has their own different states. It might be shock, it might be panic, it might be disbelief. So I don't want to speak for anyone else. One of the most difficult parts of this evening was I was in here when we were on air and we learned that 2 people had passed away, and I know not a lot of people in this room knew that, and I wanted to give them the heads up before I started talking about it on air, and they were caught off guard with it. So when that happened, I remember looking at several faces in the room, and I think that was the moment when it really sunk in and said, oh my gosh, this happened on our quiet campus here at UNC Charlotte. Brian?
David, I remember one of the first young ladies that you spoke to, and you could just tell that she was overwhelmed at the situation that she was in, as you would expect someone to be. Have people been talking to one another? Have they been able to speak with their parents? What has that been like since you were there on campus and you were with some of these students that have been caught up in this terrible tragedy?
Yeah, Diana, that student who you were mentioning, I believe, is just sitting about 6 feet from me still. Her name is Elisa, I remember, and she was talking to me just about, her state of disbelief and shock. People have cell phones, people have their laptops out here, so they're able to communicate with family members and people who...
Hey, I can add moderators from my phone now. I don't know when the fuck that changed, or maybe I always could, but I can add moderators from my phone. That's what's up.
Want to check in on them and make sure that they're safe. But again, they're in this small area. This is, maybe about 30 feet wide, if that. And then you have the rest of the building.
Oh, be careful,
they've been locked down in this building. So
definitely
really all they have to go off of is what we're reporting. And the biggest thing, social media, what they're seeing from their peers who have been out there and who are putting information out there. Diana, Brian.
All right, David, thank you. We're going to check back in with you, so hold tight, and then we're going to go back out to the campus right now with another person.
First lady, it was the last day of school, or like one of the last days, but it was basically the last day of school.
Who is there during the situation? Let's go back out.
And yeah, I figured chasing. I'm like, I know I couldn't do it. Like a week ago, I know I couldn't do it. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Who we got here, Ashley? Brian Christensen.
Yeah, they got the person in custody.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey guys, we're talking to Cameron. Cameron, where were you when everything went down? Tell me about what happened today.
So I was going to the library to take the final, and when all of a sudden I saw a stampede of people running towards me saying it was a shooter. So the first thing we did was try to find the nearest exit. So we hid under some tables, and then there was a guy trying to take a chair and break glass. And then these students also ran out the emergency staircase. We set up an alarm, and we couldn't hear anything. So then we just sat there and waited, and I was sensing my brains, and I was freaking out, shaking. And then all of a sudden we heard the cops, so we had to lay down flat on the ground with our hands out. They asked us if we were okay, and then we got up, and then we had to exit the building with one cop in front of us and one cop behind us, and then everyone's hands were up. And I guess they were just asking me to come out, is everything okay? So after we left the building, there was glass all over the floor, and then we saw helicopters, cops running in, and then we just got the same chance, and we just had to wait there.
When you got here, what time did everything
Okay, yeah.
start? So I think it happened around 5:45, 5:15.
And tell me about all the sirens and everything else you heard immediately afterwards.
All this like,
Hey,
the cops were coming because I didn't know anybody was coming. So I never texted me saying the cops were coming. And so we just hear cops. So that kind of reassured me that I was going to be okay. But I wasn't sure because I didn't know if the shooter was in the library actually or near.
And when they asked everyone to actually leave the campus and actually come out to the very front,
Hey, I'm glad you said that, sweetheart.
But I hope everyone else was safe because I know there was still shots. So I was hoping they got the shooter. And hopefully everyone was able to get safety.
Thank you. So glad you're able to say thank you.
All right, that was Brian Christensen there interviewing a student. Let's go to a tweet from the mayor of Charlotte,
Hey,
Lyles.
what's
It
going
says,
on?
"We are in shock to learn of an active shooter situation on the campus of UNC Charlotte. My thoughts are with the families of those who lost their lives, those injured, the entire UNCC community, and the courageous first responders who sprang into action to help others." This tweet coming in at 7:39. And right now, all local leaders are having to grapple with this tragedy right now. I mean, this is just the start. They're going to have a lot of questions that they have to answer, and a lot of enforcement investigation needs to take place.
Yeah, and hopefully we're going to get some answers here real soon. You can see CMPD setting up, as they're trying to get a press conference that's hopefully going to happen and give us some new information and give us enlighten us on exactly what happened. And it'll help out a lot of the people here are trying to figure out who have a lot of questions about what happened tonight earlier. Also want to get to some housekeeping things right here for Fox 46. Master Chef Junior, of course, is being preempted. It is going to be available tomorrow on Fox.com. Master Chef Junior being preempted is going to be available tomorrow on Fox.com. For those of you just tuning in, shooting situation on the campus of UNC Charlotte happened about just before 6 o'clock. 2 people dead, 4 people injured right now, and we're waiting to learn some more information from CMPD.
And we also have some new sound from some witnesses who were on campus at the time. Let's go to that right now.
A lot of us were panicking, and we were just gathering around in the laboratories and all, and we were just bunkering down because there were reports of a suspected shooter being inside of the Epic building right behind me. So,
Now, when you all came out, you had your hands up. Talk to me. What was that like?
It was scary just because the fact that one of us could have been any of us among us, and it was a part of the safety procedures with the police.
All right, so clearly, I mean, we're just hearing a lot of different witnesses telling us what was going on, but we do have some new information into the newsroom. The heavy police presence in Plaza Midwood right now.
Yeah, and what we understand right now is we do have some pictures of this, that this possibly lost the shot on that. What we understand, heavy police presence happening in Plaza Midwood, and this could be the suspect's home. So obviously, as the investigation continues, we're going to try to figure out what happened, or a lot more by going through the suspect's house, and maybe that's going to give us a little bit more information about why this situation happened. Of course, they'll check the computer, anything inside the house that might be able to give them a little bit more information about what happened that could have led up to this.
We haven't really seen too much more. I seen some shit where the police was running by and some dude was acting, he was like jumping up and down. It didn't look like some shit had just went down, you know what I'm saying? But I really ain't seen too much, you know what I'm saying? They showed where the suspect was getting arrested. He had his head all down. It almost looked like they had something over his damn head. I don't even fucking know.
Person shooting today and erupting in gunfire on the campus of UNC Charlotte just before 6 o'clock.
Yeah, let's go ahead and recap for those of you who may have just turned on the television and you're wondering what's going on. As Brian just mentioned, there was multiple people injured today on UNC Charlotte's campus. The shooter is in custody, but we have confirmed that tragically 2 people have died as a result of this incident, and that 4 people were hurt. You see these videos that were sent in to us from people who were on campus at the time that just capture the chaotic aftermath in the immediate moments following that shooting. We heard from so many students who were in the library or somewhere on campus.
No, I don't think we have an age, but I think they're saying that he was a student. I think that's what they're saying. I can't confirm that, but I want to say that this is supposed to be somebody who went to the school. So, you know, it's going to be somewhere at the age of 18 to 22 or 23 in that age range, I guess.
And they
maybe a little older.
Suddenly heard people shouting and screaming that there was a shooter. Chaos ensues. They're all trying to find places to hide. All of those lockdown drills are coming back into their minds.
19 will be fitting.
Situation on this last day of class.
Yeah, run, fight, or hide. And we've heard a lot of people that say they adhere to that, of that active shooter situation and how you handle that. Also, we get some new information right now that the CMPD presser that we've been waiting on is going to happen within the next 10 to 15 minutes. And you can see that in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, the breaking news box, as we are waiting for CMPD to give us an update on what happened and all the details and the questions and we've been having for you over the last couple of hours. Hopefully we'll get some more answers and be able to give those to you. 10 to 15 minutes on the presser from CMPD.
But right now we're going to go live to Morgan Francis, who is standing by with another student. She's right in front of the campus right now. Morgan.
Yeah, Diana, we're right at Broderick entrance. A lot of students are congregating in this area, kind of waiting for what's next. Tell me, what's your name? Brooks. And Brooks, you were in campus when the shooting took place. Tell me what you heard, what you saw.
We heard a lot of sirens, but when it first took place around 5:50, we had a lockdown browser, or we had a lockdown screen come over our lecture. So a lot of what we were getting was word of mouth from friends texting each other. Lucky for us, we weren't really involved in where the incident was taking place, but we were close by. So a lot of people had nerves, and a lot of people had to step out, and they ended up having to stay out because they left the room for safety. And so we were in there for about 2 hours just waiting for some people to come through. We just keeping up with what was happening on our phones. It was kind of nerve-wracking and almost surreal.
2 hours you were inside that classroom. I'm sure you were texting all your friends and family, letting them know that you were okay.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of messages from people that I didn't really have much contact with. I was getting messages from bosses. I was getting messages from friends that I've known from high school that I haven't talked to in a while. I was getting messages from close friends. It was just a lot of people. I actually had to call my mother to tell her what happened because it didn't at the time because I'm from Greensboro, so it's local. It was local at the time before it grew, and it took her by surprise. And you don't expect something like this to happen in your own campus, especially when it's the last day of actual classes.
What was the first thing you said to your mom when you got on the phone?
That this was unlike anything I thought I would expect. You don't expect to be in this situation. Nobody does.
Did you say, I'm okay?
Of course. Yeah. I said I'm okay. They asked me if I wanted to talk more. I said no. It's not really something I wanted to talk about at the time. And then my sister said the same thing to me. She called me right after and said, you want to talk? I said no. Just not something. It was kind of a weird moment. Didn't really know what to do.
And what, throughout the past few hours, do you feel like you've gotten to the point where you're okay talking about this?
I'm fine talking about it. I was nearby. I wasn't, in the thick of it, but I was certainly in an area where I felt like it could have been dangerous. It just made my skin crawl thinking I could have walked by this guy today because I was on campus all day. And just knowing that he did it 20 minutes after I got into a building that was safe, just gotta count your blessings, I guess.
Well, and we have right over your shoulder a sign of guns prohibited on campus, except where allowed by law. In close proximity of a sign like that, knowing what happened today, what registers in your mind about the day that we live in?
Something needs to be done. A lot of what we've seen people doing, it's a work in progress. I guess it takes events like this just to get people to wake up. So.
All right, I'm reading right now. They're saying the shooter is a 22-year-old male named Trystan Andrew Terrell. This is allegedly the shooter. They're saying he was a history student at the school, 22 years old.
Perhaps something more needs to be done than just prohibiting guns. Maybe we need some other step.
Oh, see, he talking that gun control shit, nigga. I ain't giving up shit for you motherfuckers out here allegedly shooting shit up for whatever reason y'all got. I ain't giving up not a damn gun.
So perhaps something more needs to be done than just prohibiting guns. Maybe we need some other step.
You have at least one other friend who's around this area, kind of walking around. What are you guys waiting for? I think you pointed her out earlier. That's okay, she's not here. But what are you guys waiting for? Are you trying to get back on campus?
No, I live right down the street. I have to take this route because they closed off a lot of my usual walk, I guess you could say. So I'm just waiting on walking back with.
Okay. Feel uneasy walking back on by yourself?
I feel safe now. Nothing is bothering me at the moment, but this was certainly like.
God damn, nigga, you wasn't even there.
What do you think after you get home tonight and all this?
Hey, MC.
major event. This is something that not many people experience. So being somebody who experienced it, it's just trying to think, what can I learn from this, or what can I...
Boy, you high as hell.
That's what takes me thinking. I was spared today, something I'm not going to do. So I'm going to have a lot of reflection and possibly attitude.
Nigga, you high as shit. You ain't fooling me.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We're glad that you're okay. But of course, Diana and Brian, two people who lost their lives today.
He don't even know what the fuck going on. He just came from smoking a joint.
Campus at any point today is thinking the same thing, just valuing their life and thanking God that they are okay and we're able to make it out of this this terrible situation alive. I'd like to spin around the camera, just give you a look at what's happening here to the left. You see a number of students. He actually just hugged his friend, and it looks like they're headed home, walking home.
All right, let me pull up this photo of this alleged shooter. Chasing truth. That's what I'm talking about. This motherfucker telling us his family calling him, and he like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But you come your goofy ass, you find your goofy ass all the way up to the campus. You wasn't even there. Remember, you told us that too. You wasn't even there. But you made your way up here after feeling so bad and shit. Don't want to talk to nobody, but you want to talk to the news lady. Man.
But if we spin back around on campus, you can see
You
that
niggas
there are
crazy.
still a number of people who are walking along this path. Beyond this area,
He don't want to talk in private, but he want to talk to the whole world, Chasing Truth. That's what he want to talk to. His mama gonna be pissed the fuck off.
Onto the lawn over here, and they are parked in like a parking lot. It is just the police presence here is unlike anything I've ever seen. It is quite incredible, the response that was necessary here today to make sure that the rest of the students made it out alive. Guys, back to you.
Oh, don't do that, man.
So I got some new information here that was just tweeted out by UNC Charlotte, and it goes without saying, obviously, all university activities scheduled for tonight are canceled. The lockdown continues. Monitor your email.
That's
and of
supposed
course,
to be
on
him.
your right-hand corner of your screen, we're waiting for CMPD to give us an update for it within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, and as you're seeing in the big screen, there a lot of police activity happening in the Plaza Midwood area where that may be where
That's him when he got arrested.
Was living.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Okay, that is wrong information. I'm sorry about that. That is wrong information. Let's go straight to Robin Kennedy, who is standing by with somebody else that she has been speaking with. Diana, I'm here with a student, and we're actually right at the entrance to UNC Charlotte's campus, just down from where Morgan Francis was just a couple minutes ago. And again, we're on University City Boulevard on right at the campus of the UNC Charlotte. And you can probably see behind us, this is Morgan Randleman, a student. You're a junior here at UNC Charlotte. You can come a little closer to the camera. Tell me what you said you were on campus.
Yeah, you right, Chasing Truth. That's why sometimes because I've been following and analyzing these tragic events and current events and all that, analyzing them and breaking them down and all that. And yeah, it do get too much where it's like, goddamn, it's like you think everything is not what they tell you it is, but then it's like, shit, you got to, because we know that they play games with us. We know that they push propaganda and all that. So this is the life of a truther, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Everything happened. Tell me what you saw, what you heard.
I was in the library.
All right, let me try to find it on my phone real quick. I ain't got no Twitter account. I'm just see it.
And all of a sudden, these students just started running in and screaming that there was a shooter. So immediately, my friend and I took off down the
hall that was to the right of us, and we went to the nearest classroom, and we all just kind of flooded in there. There was like 40 of us in there, and we turned off the lights, and we started like barricading the doors with like chairs and like whatever else we could find, and we stayed in there for like an hour, just being really quiet and trying to figure out what was going on.
The Kennedy building, if you are familiar with campus, that's where everything happened, where we understand. How close is that to the library?
It's like
exactly. You think it's real?
It's just a walkway and some bushes, maybe.
So you do all these students and breaking themselves. How did you do that?
I think it was just instinct. Immediately when I heard shooter, I got up and ran, and I made sure my friend was with me. I didn't take anything with me. I had my phone in my hand, thankfully. So I just ran to the classroom that I thought was going to be the safest.
Have you been trained in active shooter? You said it was just instinct kicking in. I mean, ever in high school, ever at all?
No, never.
So hell no, I'm just ready to go.
What
TTG.
was the atmosphere like as you all were getting this, these students coming towards you? How do you describe those moments?
Just pure adrenaline. And when we got into the classroom, everyone, you could just tell, like, just people were shaking and people were crying. And that's what I would like, just adrenaline all over your body.
You stayed in there for about an hour. Then at what point, how did you know it was safe to come out?
My friend had called one of her friends and told her to call the cops. And so her friend was on the phone and said, don't come out until a cop is telling you that it's safe. And we had someone come by and bang on the doors, but we couldn't really hear if they were saying that they were police or not, so we didn't do anything. We just stayed. And then finally there was a medic on the phone and told us to come out with our hands up, and we got escorted out.
Very smart thinking of you all. You heard somebody bang on the door saying police, but open the door. Why not?
We were just really scared, and everyone in there was saying, don't open the door, don't open the door. We had people like trying to stand up and go towards it, but other people were saying, don't go, you don't know if it's them or not. So yeah, we were just really scared.
And how many students would you say were with you in that? Was it just a room in the library?
Yeah, it looks like a classroom, so I think it's used for that. And there was about 30 of us in there. 30.
And what was going on in that hour? What were you saying? And were you guys talking? Were you texting family? What were you doing?
Immediately when I got in there, I texted my mom.
Whoa, you can't make this shit crazy. From Twitter, professor keeps teaching after being told of shooting and says life must go on. Wow.
Very brief.
Okay.
I was just shaking and stuff. I just texted her, told her that there was a shooter on campus. I think I'm safe. I'll let you know when I know. And then everyone was kind of down on the ground, either like texting or crying or not knowing what to do. So
I can't imagine what your mom texted back to you. What did she say back?
She told me to stay safe, to not leave the room, and she told me she loved me.
What was that like?
It was scary. I started crying, and even now, just thinking about it, it makes me want to cry, because that could have easily been me, the two students who.
I'll mute you, sweetie. I was just watching this on my phone. This dude looked back and said something. I don't know if they caught the audio on this joint. He probably ain't even got no audio. Somebody just recorded it. Hell yeah, somebody just recorded it. Fuck. But dude, he don't get no fuck. I see this cat. He looked like he said, I'll do it again. Wow. Wow. This shit wild. Oh yeah, that's the one on the news. Well, not on the news. Yeah, on the news. I was just watching. It's the video they showing. Oh.
That's the dude.
Where the fuck they taking them? Uh-oh. Twitter in a fucking battle about whether or not he black or white. Somebody said he mixed. Look at this motherfucker. He look crazy as shit. They be picking the right motherfuckers to do this shit though. Oh, that's weird. They keep repeating the two guys who died are white males. Cause you know they wanna make it seem like it's a racial thing. Like, they try to blame the Muslims for the terrorist attacks, and then you got the white people who retaliate and all that, blah blah blah. Savannah. Okay. Let me search for that. What is that? 11. Oh, that's a retweet. Is this one here?
It's the dude.
Oh, I can't even read the comments. Oh, okay. The one with the kids that had their hands up.
These people just ran out. I don't know if it was from Atkins or somewhere else, but they just came out. I think they let them go. These people just ran out. I don't know if it was from Atkins or somewhere else, but they just came out. I think they let them go. These people just ran out. I don't know if it was from Atkins or somewhere else, but they just came out. I think they let them go. These people just ran out. I don't know if it was from Atkins or somewhere else, but they just came out. I think they let them go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, this the one where he was like, this one I was telling you, he looked like, what the fuck is you doing? He looked like, what the hell?
Holy shit, what's happening? Who's in there? What? Well, no one said nothing to me yet, so.
Yo, they chilling. They act like they don't know what the hell. Oh shit, Margot then went Kanika purple. JFK purple. I see you now. I see you representing. What's good though, Margo?
What? Well, no one said nothing to me yet, so.
What the fuck?
Holy shit, what's happening? I think this is in there.
So we got Buddy Boy, who was he didn't even want to talk to his own family, his own mama, but he wanted to talk to the whole world and do a news interview. And he wasn't even on the scene. This nigga looked like he was talking about he didn't even want to walk home, y'all. This nigga was talking about he didn't even want to walk home. And he wasn't even on the scene. He wasn't even there during the shooting. And he was that shook up that he didn't even want to walk home. He damn near feels safer on campus where the shooting happened. He'd rather stay where the shooting happened at. He want to post up in there. But this motherfucker here, who was on the scene, he just hopping, lollygagging around like ain't shit happened.
What? Well, no one said nothing to me yet, so.
Exactly. What the hell? Low key, if it's a shooting, ain't nobody. I'm dipping. Low key, I ain't walking nothing. I'm gone. There is no single file line or none of that shit when my life is in danger. And I ain't got nothing to shoot back with, nigga. I'm gone. As soon as I get the chance, like nigga, I'm gone. They walking with their hands up and shit. Like nigga, I ain't no suspect. If you gonna shoot me, you gonna shoot me. But I'm gone. I ain't finna answer no questions. I ain't see shit. All I know is I ain't get shot. And I'm trying to go home. Niner alert. Shots reported near Kennedy. Run, hide, fight. Secure. Damn, this is the alert. This is the alert that they send out on their computers. Niner alert. Shots reported near Kennedy. Damn, that's if you like look into that statement right there, that's not that could be saying a lot there. You know what I'm saying? Run, hide, fight, secure yourself immediately. Monitor email and emergency. What the nigga? I'm not. What are you talking about, nigga? You just told me shots reported. Why would I be monitoring my email? Why would I be looking at anything regarding the damn email? You niggas crazy, man. Yo. Like, which one you want me to do? Run, hide, or fight? Which one? Like, fuck it. Like they had teams and shit. Like we got the run team, we got the hide team, and we got the fight team. Okay. Now we trained for this day, guys. Do your jobs. Either run, hide, or fight. And make sure you monitor your email. I want to see it though, Margo. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see that Kanika purple. Let me see how that Kanika purple looking at you. Shit. All right, let me go back to the news. Or did you want me to search that? Amanda Foster. Is that somebody on the Twitter thing? Or that was just somebody you was saying? Okay, it is. What? Single file, kids smiling, laughing. Okay. I'm telling you, I seen one. Oh shit. Come on with this buffering ass shit. Smiling like a motherfucker. It's funny. They smiling too hard. Especially them foreigners. I don't want to say it like that, but I don't know. It seems like they got a lot of foreign exchange students in that motherfucker, and they seem like they've been getting like the spotlight put on them. And they've been saying some. Well, I ain't gonna say what they've been saying. Well, one of them, that one dude they was getting all the tweets from earlier, the one who posted the Blaze shirt and all that shit, and weird. Weird. That's weird. Shit. We go back to this. See what they talking about.
Still on lockdown right now is a lot of the people are still doing their sweeps throughout campus, trying to make sure that all the rooms are safe in each one of those buildings, which we saw at Burson Hall, where Davidson tended.
UNCC leaders on the latest in the situation, hoping to update the facts that we have just recapped for you.
It's such a sad day on the UNC Charlotte campus to think about happening.
That two people aren't going home to their families.
We appreciate the patience. Know it's been a tough night for all of you, obviously.
Yeah, I think so too, Jason. I think so too.
Been a tough night for our community. Tough night, tough day for University of North Carolina, Charlotte. In just a couple of seconds, I'm going to introduce Police Chief Jeff Baker. He's with UNCC. He's going to go over some of the circumstances that developed out here earlier today. Just a tragic situation he's going to go over. Just want to set the table somewhat before he does get moving with this. Still a lot of information that we're not exactly certain.
Yeah, it do look to be dark and chasing, because when I seen the picture of him actually getting arrested and that little other picture that they putting out, it looked like the picture that they mainly showing is a darker picture, you know what I'm saying? Almost making him look like he Muslim, but he don't look Muslim to me. He look white, or he look mixed, you know what I'm saying? Not that it matters, you know what I'm saying?
Certain of. I know you guys want the information fast. We have to make this sure.
Yeah, he light as fuck. He almost looked like Portuguese or something, you know what I'm saying? Or like Brazilian. He definitely looked Hispanic, but not like a Hispanic, like Mexican or Puerto Rican. He looked like Portuguese or some Brazilian or something. Maybe even from Spain or something. He almost looked like he could be from Spain as well. You know what I'm saying? A Spaniard, but he don't look. He don't look like. That's why I don't know if y'all heard me, but when I was looking at it earlier, I kind of was thinking out loud, like, damn, that doesn't look like the same person. I'm like, oh, let me not get into that already.
Information that we're releasing is the correct information. So
Yeah, the
we
old
appreciate
switcheroo.
your patience. Please continue to exhibit that patience because it's going to be a little bit. I also want to leave you with the understanding this isn't going to be a one and done. This is going to be the first of what we suspect is going to be several media briefings throughout the evening. So without further delay, Chief Jeff Baker.
Good evening. I'm here to sadly report we had the most tragic situation that can occur on a campus at UNC Charlotte this evening around 4:40 p.m. Our dispatch received a call that a suspect was armed with a pistol and had shot several students. We responded. We were able to get into the building quick enough to where we actually took custody of the suspect. He was disarmed and he was taken into custody by our officers. Again, I can't tell you the sadness of the entire community to know that a situation like this has occurred on our campus. We are all pretty much devastated to know anything like this. Unfortunately occurred. We responded immediately, and as I said, we were able to take the suspect into custody. We also, at the same time, simultaneously secured the entire campus. We were able to lock it down through a system that we utilize, and we can simply press one button and lock down the majority of campus. We're able to do that. We're able to deploy all of our security systems that we have in place to notify the university that we did have an active shooter on campus at this time, urging the community to shelter in place immediately. Again, I just can't tell you the remorse all of us have, and I know everyone has throughout the Charlotte-Mecklenburg community, probably throughout our nation, to know that we have had this type of an incident occur on our campus.
We'll take questions for the chief. How were you able to disarm or get him so fast? Did it just run out of ammunition or anything like that?
I'm not really sure about the ammunition part, but I can tell you that our officers are highly trained, and we trained for this type of an incident, and we were able to get to the building, and our officers one officer immediately went to the suspect to take him down.
Chief, what can you tell us about the suspect, and did he say anything?
He said nothing.
These motherfuckers is running up on active shooters, but unarmed people getting straight gunned down, shot in the back, all type of shit. But y'all just apprehending active shooters that with ease. But somehow, some way, people getting gunned down, unarmed. Just crazy.
And you know, as part of investigation, we're not going to engage a suspect in questioning at that time. That's something
Teresa.
You know, all of the wonderful backup we had from starting with CMPD, CFD, FBI, SBI, ATF, Medic, I mentioned fire, just multiple agencies. There isn't one agency that didn't respond to our needs on campus. So the suspect was taken into custody, and as I said, it's not up to us to question him, but that's going to be an ongoing investigation held by CMPD's homicide unit.
Can you confirm that there were 2 fatalities and 6 people shot? Can you confirm that?
I can confirm that, yes. So we had...
Chasen, you talking about is it a bloody white t-shirt, or is it something else? Because they showed earlier a bloody white tee that somebody else was wearing that got shot, and apparently this dude named what the fuck was dude name? I don't know, but he was from the Mid East, and he was basically documenting the whole thing on his Twitter, like posting live feeds from his Twitter while the shit was going on. Like somebody bombed, man, got shot. He was narrating the shit on his Twitter feed, and he was Middle Eastern or something. He posted a picture of a bloody T-shirt and everything. I don't know.
2 fatalities. We have 3 that are in critical condition and 1 that is not.
Chief, was this a person of familiar?
Yeah, yep, that was the one I was. That's who I was playing earlier. Cause he tweeted that and all that she was from Saudi Arabia, and yeah, his name was Nassim Fekrat. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, did you see the tweet where he said, yeah, this is basically, he was saying that it was normal to him. This happened in my country, you know, they thrown off by this, but you know, I'm basically, he was saying he used to it. Like, shit don't affect me. That's why I'm tweeting right now.
Your face at all? Was he on the radar at all for you guys?
No, not that we know of. Again, that's something that is an ongoing investigation that could reveal something like that. But I can tell you right now, it's not. He is not somebody that is on our radar.
Did you officially release his name?
That's something that I'm going to wait until I get approval, because, of course, CMPD's homicide, in conjunction with many other agencies, are conducting this investigation at this point. So before I disclose that information, I want to make certain that that's, okay with them.
Chief, could you look at the suspect was a student?
I probably, again, questions specific to the suspect at this time is something that, we really aren't ready to disclose, just because, we don't want to do that. So we are waiting. As soon as we get the approval, though, I certainly have no problem with disclosing that information, nor does Chief Putney.
What about the victims? Are they students? Are they actual staff?
We're waiting till family is notified. We're going to make sure that that's something that is handled by that specific team handling that. So, again, the specifics to the victims and that kind of thing, we're just going to hold on before we release that specific information.
Chief, can you talk about he went to the building, the library, correct?
No, that is not correct.
He went to the building, and can you give us an idea, like, where in the building this happened?
Well, again, I don't want to give out specifics of the investigation, because it is a very active homicide investigation at this time. So what I can say is, yes, he did enter a building on campus. It was not the library. If you've heard that, it was not. That is not accurate.
What kind of weapon was used, and what, if any, other weapons or things were recovered from the suspect?
It's part of the investigation. Again, that's specifics to the investigation, and it's just something until I talk more with homicide and with Chief Putney's team, I really am not at, I can't disclose that.
Chief, you mentioned that one officer went in initially by himself.
We had multiple officers that went in.
Oh.
We had probably 2 or 3.
And they all went to...
They immediately, we are trained to, if we have any type of a situation like that, we train to go to the sound. So those officers were moving toward whatever they heard. I didn't talk to them, and I'm not saying they heard anything. I'm just saying they're trained to do that, and that's training that we engage in twice a year. And as you can see, it's important to do.
Can you give an estimate? Do you think your officers saved lives? Like, was he the shooter actively shooting people and they stopped him?
I'm not sure about as far as him being an active shooter, but what I can say is our officers' actions definitely saved lives. There's no doubt about that.
How quickly were your officers able to get there in the building on the scene from what had happened?
I want to say it was minutes it seemed. I came in behind them. So, we were actually in a roll call for an event that was going to occur on campus. We had just broken from that. We were en route to that. And when we heard this call go out, everyone.
What type of event?
From that.
What type of event y'all was headed to?
Actually in a roll call for an event that was was going to occur on campus. We had just broken from that. We were en route to that, and when we heard this call go out, everyone converged immediately that was available.
What is the active shooter plan for the university? I saw a police car from as far as Mint Hill. How have you done? What's the plan with officers, departments in here?
Well, I mean, what's going to happen on a situation like this is officers that are free, they're going to head this way to assist us if necessary. But I can tell you that CMPD and CFD were on the scene very quickly.
Yeah, it's almost like they was all together waiting for the shit. Like, any moment now.
In mass and able to assist us if we needed it. But, we had the situation secured and we were able to move forward from that.
What sort of event were you already gathered for?
It was going to be a concert at our football stadium with Waka Flocka.
So you was going to the Waka concert too? You was finna go listen to them guns. Them gun sounds. That's one of Waka songs, one of his old songs, I should say.
What sort of event were you in? Situations? And a situation like this is
From as far as Mint Hill. How have you done? What's the plan with officers, departments in here?
Well, I mean, what's going to happen on a situation like this is officers that are free, they're going to head this way to assist us if necessary. But I can tell you that CMPD and CFD were on the scene very quickly in mass and able to assist us if we needed it. But, we had the situation secured, assist us if we need very quickly. But I can tell you that CMPD and CFD were on the scene very quickly in mass and able to assist us if we needed it.
He was finna say something.
We had the situation secured and we were able to move forward from that.
What sort of event were you already gathered for?
It was going to be a concert at our football stadium with Waka Flocka.
Chief, what's the rest of the night look like as far as the investigation goes?
It's an all-nighter. It's going to be something that's very in-depth, and because it involves that, our building, it's just something that takes time. It's going to be methodical, much like the search we conducted in clearing the entire campus. It was methodical. It was a joint effort from all law enforcement agencies that were present. Again, I can't thank CMPD enough to make sure that they were out here to assist us directly as we went building by building to clear every building on campus.
Do you know how fast in session when the shooter started shooting?
They're not. I don't believe so. Again, that's more getting into the weeds of this. That's something I'll be able to figure out. But you may know today is the last day of class.
Yeah. Okay. So it was the last day of class. Last day of class. Get shot up. All right, Jason.
I don't know the exact number. I don't think there was that. It's hard to say. It really is. I don't think there was.
Was the shooter randomly shooting, or did he get specific targets in mind?
Again, that's going to be something that we're going to leave up to our homicide. There'll be a lot more information, as you can imagine, that we'll be able to disclose as this investigation continues.
Do you know what is your message for students and families tonight?
It's a message of unbelievable grief that we have that this came to our campus. But I can tell you one thing about it is that it's something you have to prepare for today. That's for sure.
Do you know how this happened, like from beginning to end, like the time frame and all that? Do you guys have a sense of that yet?
We're working on that. We don't have an exact sense, but we are working on it. I think that all of it happened very quickly. Obviously, for us to get in the room and take him into custody, it occurred fast. He never had time to even get out of the room.
Were all the victims in fact students, or were any of them professors or associate professors?
Again, that's something that we will disclose at a later date. Obviously, we're still working on unification, so we'll get to that.
Chief, did you guys have active shooter training with CMPD?
I'm sorry?
Did CMPD provide active shooter training with?
They have in the past. We've actually when I first got here, we started working with their SWAT team, and we had members of their SWAT team that came out and helped us get through a lot of that type of work and a lot of that training. We didn't do one this year, but we have done joint. We have had joint training sessions, and we did have one. The most recent one that comes to mind is one involving the light rail, before the light rail started running the campus, and we had a joint training session with that.
Other than the shooter and 6 people, how many other people were rescued from this room? The officers tried to ban.
I don't have that exact number.
Others though?
There were some, yes.
Do you have an estimation on how many students were in the classroom when this took place?
No. I mean, I don't know that for sure. I mean, that's something that we can certainly figure out in time as we investigate. There's multiple ways we do that, but that's something we don't know exact right now, so I wouldn't want to say.
All right, guys, we're going to let the chief get back. We will reconvene. We'll send out a time in the not too distant future. I would encourage everyone to follow our Twitter feed, and we'll announce a time when we'll reconvene for our next briefing. It'll be sometime this evening.
I want to say thank you to all of you that have been out here and assisting us in this way in outreach to the community as well. Thank you.
And Chief Putnam just brought something to my attention. We'd be remiss too if we had governors here. Governor just arrived, and he will be available in just a short while, along with some of our other local politicians here, just eager to get out and speak with the community. When we do reconvene with Chief Baker and our other chiefs from fire, our representative from medic, and our police chief from Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. Hopefully by the next time we reconvene, we'll have some more information that's been vetted and confirmed, and get that concrete information out to you, to the community, so we can tamp down some of the misinformation that's been bubbling up. I appreciate the patience. I know it's been a trying night. I know a lot of you are on deadline. We do appreciate it. Please keep an eye on that Twitter feed, and we will reconvene shortly.
The lockdown is still going on, Rob. The lockdown is still.
The lockdown. She had a question about the lockdown.
So what we're doing is, we now have we've secured all the buildings. We made sure that they're clear. We do have students that can go back to their res hall rooms, because we feel assured that is safe. And so what we're trying to do is reconnect students so that they can go back there. At some later date, obviously, we're going to allow students at a much later date, not tonight, to be able to retrieve laptops and books, things of that nature that they need. But that's something that we're working on. That's an ongoing effort, and it's going to go on for a while.
The students cannot get inside. Yes. They cannot get inside.
They can go inside their res hall rooms.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get back to work.
Thank you very much.
Jeff, will you guys be doing the investigation or CMPD?
That's going to be CMPD. CMPD does the lead on this.
Just one quick question for clarification.
All right, what you've been listening to is a joint news conference between UNCC security and police on campus and CMPD, and we were listening to Chief Jeff Baker, and he gave us a lot of new details. We're going to recap some of those for you right now. First of all, he said that this situation began around 4:40, which is about an hour earlier than we had thought.
Exactly, yeah.
And that the shooter had a pistol and was taken into custody almost immediately. We do want to update you on the condition of the victims. He did confirm there were 2 fatalities. 3 people are in critical condition and 1 person is stable.
Yeah, and he didn't want to say a lot about the suspect. I guess where the information and the investigation is continuing with CMPD, which we'll get a little bit more information later on tonight. But one of the things he did talk about was that the suspect did not say anything when he was apprehended by campus police, by 2 to 3 officers that ran into the building where he was apprehended. And he was not somebody on their radar from before. And also he said that it's something that we have to always prepare for now in today's world, which is really a sad situation for campuses across the country that have to deal with things like that happen like today.
And he also confirmed, and we had been telling you, it was at the Kennedy building, and he confirmed that. He said a lot of people were wondering if it had happened at the library. It did not happen at the library. He said that between 2 to 3 campus officers were the ones that immediately responded to that situation, one of them immediately taking down that suspect. He also said that they have secured all buildings on campus, and that some students are going to be able to go back to their rooms on campus, their dorm rooms. However, some of the other buildings are just not going to be accessible for quite some time because that investigation is ongoing.
Yeah, and they did talk about the response that they had was very quick, and that their security systems in place with the touch of one button was able to get all the information out to everybody and also secure the buildings and let everyone know that there was an active shooter situation and have all the buildings on lockdown at that point. And so it seems like those systems in place from what Chief Jeff Baker is talking about were in place, and they worked the way they were supposed to.
Yeah, they said they've been preparing for this, and they were going to be able to get the word out to all of the students. But as we've heard from earlier witnesses who were, on campus at the time that this happened, a lot of them just found out from fellow students screaming there was a shooter. So still a lot of chaos, but as we've heard from earlier witnesses who were, on campus at the time that this happened, a lot of them just found out.
We know Buddy said something when he was arrested, when they was taking him in. Maybe not when he was first initially arrested after, allegedly shooting people up. But we know he said something when he was walking into the police station. He was smirking and everything. Looked like he said something slick.
Campus police to secure the situation as soon as possible.
Yeah, and again, 2 dead. 4 people injured, 3 are in critical condition right now in the hospital, and we're hopefully going to get a little bit more information. Chief Kurt Putney is going to give some an update as well. We're going to carry that on our website at fox46charlotte.com, and also the rest we're going to have at Fox 46 News at 10. Of course, we have all the reporters that are out there, and we'll talk with all of them coming up tonight as well at 10 o'clock.
And right about now is a good time, if you don't have it already, to download the Fox 46 News app. And we're going to go straight to Ann White Little right now to give us a quick recap of what we just heard.
Yeah, Brian and Diana, you just heard from Chief Jeff Baker that his officers had just wrapped up a roll call for an event tonight, and that's when the call came out. They immediately rushed toward the Kennedy building. His officers go through this type of training twice a year, and they're trained to run towards the sound. And one of those officers took down the suspect. That suspect is alive and in custody. So for the sake of preserving this investigation, they are withholding the suspect's name right now. We do expect to get that later on.
They got his name out there already. Y'all just be playing games like y'all can't put a name up.
But they want to make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed as far as this investigation is concerned. But the chief said it is a terrible
Kennedy building. Rush to the Kennedy building where a shooting happened.
sad day here for the city of Charlotte and for the UNC.
That news presser, and we just want to be clear as well that there's going to be much more to come. Chief Kurt Putney from CMPD is going to be holding a news conference later, and you can stream that live on our Fox 46 Charlotte website.
Yeah, and all of this, again, it's that tragic situation. A shooter walked into a building or whatever happened there. We're trying to get some more information with a pistol at 4:40 this afternoon and opened fire. 4 people dead.
The Kennedy building at 4:40 just threw that 44 right in our face.
2 people dead, 4 people injured, and 3 of those are in critical condition right now. We're going to have a lot more information, obviously, that we're going to have online and also on our social media.
It's always just a coincidence.
We're going to get those out to you as fast as we can on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we'll have much more on Fox 46 News at 10 tonight.
Go ahead and download that Fox 46 News app, as I was mentioning. You will get push notifications as soon as new details come into our newsroom. Thank you for watching. We have been covering the UNCC shooting. We'll be back at 10.
All right, guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate the patience. Know it's been a tough night for all of you. Obviously, been a tough night for our community. Tough night, tough day for University of North Carolina, Charlotte. In just a couple of seconds, I'm going to introduce Police Chief Jeff Baker. He's with UNCC. He's going over some of the circumstances that developed out here earlier today. Just a tragic situation he's going to go over. Just want to set the table.
It's the same voice, huh?
Our dispatch received a call.
Yeah.
A spouse of a governor. You work full time for nothing.
Oh.
The real
old Sleepy Joe. Old Sleepy Joe.
I'm kidding. Let me tell you something. You know, if you are the spouse of a mayor, a spouse of a governor, you work full time for nothing. And anyway, but thank you. And I also want to thank Ken, former Virginia sheriff, who's with us. So we had the great honor, recommending him to be U.S. Marshal, and he did one heck of a job for us. And Lindsay, congratulations.
Creepy job.
It's wonderful. I really mean it. And also, Rick and our former state representative and president of the Dubuque, Greater Dubuque Development. I gotta get the backwards. Development Corp. Anyway, you're doing a hell of a job, pal. And Kathy Flynn, Thorough, our former county treasurer, and talking about you become really good friends with people.
What the hell creepy Joe supposed to be talking about? Oh, this is just a rally. I don't follow this bullshit. All right, so as we get more updates, if it's worthy of posting an update, I will post it. Maybe I'll put it on my community wall if it's not worthy of making a whole video on it. But for now, that seems all we're getting out of this live here, or out of this video here. But I thank everybody who came through. I don't know, I might do this tonight or I might do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do a live on cryptocurrency, and I'm gonna play this documentary that I thought was pretty interesting. At least, to me it was. But I'm gonna play it and, possibly give an introduction to y'all on cryptocurrency. And maybe when I play it, we might have some people who know and who actually has experience with cryptocurrency and all that. And maybe they could put their own input in on it. But right when you got home, I'm about to end this joint, Rio. I'm glad you stuck with me though through your walk, and you kept me playing at the crib. But yeah, I really don't know if I'm gonna do this tonight or not. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how my time looking like. I ain't trying to go live late at night. But we'll see. But like I said, much love everybody who came through, everybody who's still in the chat. Amari, Radiant Rio, Jahira, Margo, aka Drama Kiki, with the Kanika purple hair, Chasing Truth, Teresa, First Lady, all y'all. But I'll see y'all later. Possibly tonight. We'll see.